Welcome, fellow Phoenixes, to the Spiritual Phoenix Podcast, where we make a daily offering to the divine by putting our past on the pyre, searching the smoke for spirituality, turning the ashes into art, adapting isolation into connection, and manifesting mental wellness. I'm your host, Ross Cessna, and I'd like to take a moment and focus on what we're grateful for. Today, I'm grateful for road crews because it's been snowing here and the roads were somewhat slippery yesterday. It looks like they've been cleared off fairly well and salted, so that should keep everybody safe. With that, I'd like to get into today's topic, which is change. And I have a quote here from Frank Herbert. "Without change, something sleeps inside us and seldom awakens. The sleeper must awaken." And I've been going through a lot of changes in my life. I've consciously made a lot of changes with how I perceive situations, what my daily routine is, the food that I eat, how I get ready to go to sleep, the entertainment that I consume even. Lately, I've been having some negative changes that remind me why I've made the other changes that I had been doing. I stopped going to as many meetings. I have not been exercising as much. I haven't been meditating and doing yoga as much as well. I hadn't been eating as healthy. All those things are things that keep me functioning at my best. And the reason behind those changes was I was getting burnt out because instead of putting my recovery first, I was chasing money first. And there's not a lot of money to be made doing what I'm doing right now. And that's a given. Some people make money. That's very few for the amount of people that do it. And if I'm doing this for money, I'm not doing it for the right reasons. So my focus is going to be more on my recovery. And I'm still going to do the podcast and record videos and everything. I'm not going to stop doing that. I enjoy doing that greatly. I just need to have a better balance with it. And change is important because if you can control the changes in your life, in some regards, you have a lot more power. Change is going to happen. I listened to a video on YouTube and it talked about these 50 universal truths. And one of them was that change will happen and you can basically make the changes you need to prevent negative changes. And some of them take a lot of deep thought to think about what consequences will occur when you make changes that you might not have thought of. And when I stopped exercising, I started getting a lot more stress from social interactions. So in turn, I stopped going to meetings for about a week. And then, believe it or not, I exhibited antisocial behavior, which is relative to my mental illness as well as the addiction issues that I have. So I need to keep changing for the positive and pushing myself and incorporating new challenges and changes so things don't get stagnant. The exercise that I do is fun, and I need to remember that I get to have fun and I can feel good about it. There's a lot of people who would be grateful just to be able to go swimming or to play basketball or things like that. And here I am, just because it's cold outside, I don't want to get up in the morning and go do those things. I'd like to say that, I do have the option of not doing it, I guess, and things will change for the negative. But if I consistently do what I had been doing, things will continue to change for the positive. I really can't beat this subject into the ground too much. It's pretty straightforward. Change occurs. You can have good change or bad change. You can change bad situations into good ones, and you can change good situations into bad ones. To many extents, you are in control of your reality. And when people forget this, it creates problems. I mean, you might not be able to control it to the extent that you'd like to. You can enact some changes, make small changes incrementally. That was one of my biggest issues with everything is I'm normally all in on things. And when I recovery, I went from 0 to 60, and that's not a good choice for me. The best choice for me is to incrementally do what feels right to me, allow things to evolve slowly rather than rush into things blindly, and remember why I do those things. I'm a slow learner and a fast forget, and I'm playing with a lot when I forget what's got me into being happy. With that, I'm going to put this episode on the pyre. I'd like to say I love, respect, and appreciate all of you. There's links to all my social media accounts below in the description. If you're seeing me on Periscope or on YouTube, you can find me on iTunes or SoundCloud. And if you're hearing me on iTunes or SoundCloud, you can watch me on Periscope or YouTube. I was using Facebook Live for video, but for whatever reason, it's not working for the page that I would post it on. Also, if you could fill out the PodTrack listener survey below, that would help me get a better understanding of the audience. There's also opportunities for paid writing if you'd like. Click the link below. And yeah, with that, love and light. Namaste.